Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
do anything for you.
Would you?
Yes.
You got a breach. You cannot imagine the damage. Thousands of innocent people will die.
Who's the suspect?
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Number Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.
Hey everyone, welcome to Stocks Number Trading. My name is Ron, my partner is Dave. Welcome guys. We're just doing one technical testing here, audio testing. Just want to know, do you guys hear it now on Zoom? Do you hear like people chatting, talking? Yeah? Oh, perfect. So can I go to the gold charts and it's all good? You guys can see I'm on the gold chart and you can hear a little bit of people talking in the background? Oh, very nice. Okay, so we'll have that just in case we lead into President Trump. This is perfect, guys. We can do this when Powell is doing FOMC. This is fantastic. Thank you, guys. I love this. Ron is learning some technology over here. Okay, so we'll keep this. It's live over here, but is it pretty loud? Okay, let me know. I'll turn the volume down. That's as low as I can get it. How is it now? We won't put it on now until Trump starts, but okay, it's better. I'm not going to leave this on while I'm doing my analysis. We'll put it if we're still on the call and Trump is here, okay? I'm going to just pause it. Is it good now? Can you guys hear me okay? Awesome. Welcome, guys. Okay, let me hit the record, guys, and let's get all started. Welcome, everyone. We've got Zoom here, we've got YouTube, but 1 second. Ron's a little rattled today. Just 1 second. Here we go.
Recording in progress.
Okay, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining Stocks Number Trading. My name is Coach Ronny and Coach Dave are here. Every day we're with you guys in New York, Tokyo, all day, every day, guys. So welcome. Thanks for joining. Yesterday was a very, very fun, exciting session in Tokyo. The markets were moving started right in at 8 p.m. when the futures market opened, and it was fun. So we're going to see what we get today. We'll do similar. What we'll talk about is, it's only 7 p.m. right now, so we got a lot of time. So we're going to go over some fundamentals. We're going to go over some news today. I want to talk about Target because big earnings, and if you listen to forward guidance with Target and Best Buy, they kind of gave some forward guidance, and that's why the markets kind of continue to sell a little bit today. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Also, 9 p.m. tonight, probably after we end the call, President Trump is addressing the nation. Okay, so very important that we all listen to it, because trading, we have to listen to some politics once in a while. You might not be into politics, but if we trade the markets, anything that President Trump says can really, really move the markets, especially if we're trading gold, if we're trading crude oil, if we're trading the US dollar, if we're trading the stock market, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, anything like that can affect these markets, okay? So we'll definitely, please guys, use proper risk management tonight, okay? This was yesterday's gold chart, what we did, and we're gonna also start fresh tonight with a new chart, and we'll keep analyzing. But after the call, like, this is where I entered right here around 8:30 after it sold off. So you can see, like, I'm just kind of recapping yesterday's open market in the futures. Here was 8 p.m. It broke, it closed right there. And then look at the next 5 minutes. It really sold off all the way down to here, kind of rotated back up, and then one final push down over here to 2081, started to come up. I entered a buy order right here, had my stop loss below here, and we had a nice big move. We located about 50% here, so I can see now how it came in here, continued to move up, but we couldn't really break this. See the yellow line? That was that golden line, the 618 from the Fibonacci retracement, where we placed it from the high to the low. And then it kind of this is where leaving runners too is important, so you can start to scale out. That was about a 50 pip move. You're open to take out some profit if you like, but just if you left a break even like myself, it came very close to get hit break even. I had a little runner in the market, and then just to show you how you can use these static levels continuing, we ended the call, and then you can see how it produced like a double bottom right down here, and that yellow line was that daily point of interest, that 2,885. That's why I always say, guys, it's very important to spend like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to do a thorough top-down analysis, because if you're trading these lower time frames like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, you can see how they can come down and hit these points of interest on a higher time frame, and then you get a nice bounce. So it came down there, bounced, it came down again, there's a double bottom, and then here's our neckline right here at that hourly point of interest, the white line, and then we got that body close above, and then it continued to push up, and then you see we finally broke through that resistance, and see how it created a little zone. So if you had flipped that red to green when that body closed, you see when it came down, it wicked right back up. It came down, it wicked back up. It could not break. There's in the bigger supply zone, there's resistance behind us, and then they pushed it back down. But then you see how naturally when it came down, had you stretched this green box, you see how it came down perfectly right to that green box, and then bounced and pivoted right back up, and continue with this red zone across. There's your body that closed above. You can make it green and stretch it across, and then this is when it came back into that higher time frame supply, 28.94.95, and then the sellers pushed it all the way back down, closing below that zone and continuing to push down. Again, you can stretch your zones into the future if you were selling. See how it filled that imbalance from the red box to the green box, and bring your other zones. Again, have we hit any of these ones as we move them across? Here it broke, but again, look at what saved it. This daily point of interest, yellow line. Again, a wick, and a nice big body engulfed, closed above, and then there you can start to look for buys again and continue to take it up. If you'd like to pip and dip up to filling that imbalance to the next red box, you're more than happy to. But if you're still in the trade and it's breaking out of there and it closes above, you can kind of continue with the trade. So all you're doing when volume closes above is just, again, color coordinating your zones, making them green and continuing to stretch them into the future. And then you can start to see when it started making its move. This is 2 a.m. Eastern. This is pre-London. You can see how gold was consolidating right before London. Here's London. Big red candle came down, but then 305 engulfed, closed above, and continued to move where we were trading at these highs. And if you can flip all your zones, again, I didn't do any top-down analysis up here because we were just doing that short Tokyo session, but you can see how it traded in between those zones, guys. So did you guys understand why sometimes when you do a top-down analysis, you're welcome to leave your chart, your zones, your points of interest on the charts and just watch how the volume trades in between these zones. You can place alerts at these specific zones if you're not at the computer all day, but just to alert you, okay? So we'll do the same thing. We're going to start fresh with a new chart. So I'm going to remove everything. We're going to start with a blank chart. We're going to start to the daily. Okay, so that's where we're going to go daily, and then we're going to bring it down to the hourly and then to the 5 minutes. But before I do that, I don't want to be rude. I want to say thank you everyone for joining. Welcome everybody. I appreciate all of you guys. Who do we got on Zoom? Lisa, welcome. Sergio, my man, thank you for joining. Arman, Pershendetia, welcome. Vala. Wayne, thank you for joining. Awesome day, Sergio. Amazing day. You made your first 1K in a day with your real funds today. I just keep practicing SST teaching. Sergio, this is amazing. I remember having the conversation with Dave and I and you, and where you came from and what you're doing. This is amazing. Amazing. Like anyone that can hit a comma day, that's $1,000. Like that's a big day for a retail trader to hit $1,000. I remember the first day I hit $1,000. I was ecstatic. I couldn't believe that I did that, and I'm like, this is possible. This is possible if you have the right mindset, if you have the skills, what it takes to do this in the markets, and understand there's going to be losses. There's going to be losses. You're going to take losses. It's part of the learning process. But blowing up accounts is not part of trading. Blowing up, if you constantly are blowing up accounts, you're not trading. You're basically gambling. When you're trading, you're welcome to take a loss, but it should not destroy your entire account. If you are still trading like that, guys, I'm going to ask you very politely, stop trading like a maniac, okay? You can turn into like a gambler, and we do not want to do that in the markets. It's completely different. If you have some gambling in you, you can go to the casino and play slots and play blackjack and play roulette and get your fix out at the casino. Go in there with $100, have fun, and enjoy that money. You're probably going to lose it because the casino will end up taking your money. The house always wins at some point, but at least you'll enjoy your time. You can have a beer, you can have fun doing it. You can go there with your friends, you can have a blast. But when we're in the markets, this is now work for some of us. This is business now. We got to treat this with respect. So if you're not treating your trading and your account with respect, then what do you want out of these markets? These market makers are going to come and liquidate you and take all your money. Whatever you're putting in there, if you're trading reckless and you're over leveraging, they will liquidate you. They will liquidate you if you trade with this mindset. So please, guys, let's start trading responsibly, start trading like mature traders that we are, and start to trade with a plan every single day. Plan your trade. Before you even take a trade, you should know the outcome. You should know exactly what you're looking for, okay? Sorry, guys. I don't want to get in a rant, but I want to congratulate Sergio and also everyone else that's seeing some success lately. The markets are very, very difficult. I also want to mention that. If you're seeing some progress and some success right now in the last few weeks, in this entire 2025, since January and February, we're into March, it's been a tough start of the year for most traders. So if you're navigating appropriately and you're learning and you're doing good and you're profiting, you're doing amazing. Because I'm telling you, the markets get much easier. Once the volatility subsides, then the markets start to flow. They start to trade within waves and things like that. Right now it's a little choppy because we got a lot going on around the world. And tonight we've got President Trump speaking as well. So you're going to see markets are volatile. If you can navigate yourself around this, you are doing amazing. I just want to pat yourselves on the back, guys, and once in a while you got to appreciate what you're doing, and you got to I'm just saying that I'm proud of everyone that's doing really well. I know how difficult it is. Franco, welcome. Okay, guys. And thanks to you guys for allowing me to learn how to use the audio. That's amazing, guys. Dennis, what's up, brother? Welcome. And Dennis, you too, man. I see you too. You're doing fantastic. Dennis, you're going to take me out for some chicken wings. And we'll have some fun. Okay, guys, and everyone on YouTube, I appreciate all of you guys. Mahmoud, welcome, brother. Welcome. Tony Gold, welcome, Habibi. Ramadan Mubarak. Mark Davis, what is the best trading broker? I'm not affiliated with any brokers, but I will tell you which one I personally think is one of the best in the world. It's Fusion Markets. They're based out of Australia, and as always, do your due diligence with them. They are a regulated broker, but they do not, if you're a US citizen, unfortunately do not allow American residents and some other countries around the world. But do your due diligence. Fusion Markets, great spreads, great commissions, very, very efficient. They good fills, and some of our snipers do use Fusion and have not had many complaints about them. So Fusion Markets is one that I recommend, but we're not affiliated with them or anything like that. Robert, welcome. Thank you guys for joining. Joseph, welcome. All the way from Philippines, welcome. Thank you. Shout out to Philippines. Awesome, guys. Chucks, welcome. Okay, guys. So let's go quickly because it's almost 7:15. We got some work to do. So first thing first is Forex Factory. Okay, so we had some news today. It was some news coming out of Europe in London. Again, you got consumer confidence coming out of Japan. That was at midnight. Then we move into the London, the European hours. You got French government budget balance, Spanish unemployment change, Italian monthly unemployment rates, European unemployment rates. We had a British 30-year bond auction. Then we moved into the US Again, there was not much going on in the U.S. 8:30 that block, and not much news-wise. I don't know why there wasn't a busy day in the news, but that's what happened today. This is a big red folder, should be sticking out at us. 9 p.m. tonight. Mr. President Trump is addressing the nation. This can affect the markets. It can affect the markets immediately when he starts speaking. It can affect different sectors. If he's talking about oil, crude oil, okay, crude oil is obviously going to probably move. If he's talking about anything with tariffs, that will affect the US dollar, and everything that's correlated with the US dollar will be affected by that as well. Gold, all of these things, okay? And not just when he's speaking, this might carry over into tomorrow. So just remember, and try, if you do listen to this, pick up on some key things he's talking about. If it has to do with finance, if it has to do with the financial markets, and try and understand what he's saying, and then try and put this into the markets tomorrow. If you don't know what's going on, you can always click on the folder, and it's right here. Due to deliver an address to a joint session of Congress at the Capitol building in Washington. Okay, so if you want to watch full details, it's all over here, okay? What color tie will Trump wear tonight? Tony, good question. The futures are saying a blue tie. Blue tie are what the futures are saying. It's 70% blue, 20% red, and 10% yellow. Those are that's the futures line. Yeah, you can bet on Trump's tie too. That's where, if you want to be a gambler, guys, you can go and gamble on his tie, but don't gamble in the markets. Gamble on his tie. Throw $5 and see if you're right on his tie. Okay. And then tomorrow, again, if you're trading later this evening, early morning in London, Europe, you do have some French, Spanish news, ISM services tomorrow morning, crude oil inventories, important stuff, okay? Also, guys, real quick, earnings. Today was Target. Remember, over the weeks, I've been telling you, listen to Amazon, listen to their conference call after, and they started to say, Amazon was even saying, Bezos was saying that they're going to start to see maybe in 2025 a reduction in revenue due to consumer spending. That was Amazon, okay? Kind of gave a warning a while back. Then Walmart, the last few weeks, had earnings, and Walmart had exceptional earnings. All numbers were green, EPS was green, revenue was green, because you backdate it 3 months, and that was the holiday season. That was Christmas time. So they did really, really well. But their forward guidance is what sold the market the following day. Their forward guidance was saying Walmart will be affected by tariffs. Walmart will be affected by inflation. They do see consumer spending going down. So that's not great news. And Walmart is like a staple for the entire United States population. When you need stuff, you go pop into Walmart, you get what you need. They have everything there. The Walmart superstores are grocery stores. They have department, they got electronics, they have everything there. So that was kind of a leading indicator that the markets were going to sell off. And then when we look back, the markets did in fact sell off. And also Target and Best Buy. These are other big box retailers. Like Target is not as big as Walmart, but it's still pretty big. They do have groceries in there. They do have your everyday things in there. And look at the numbers here. Earnings were fantastic. They beat 225 to 241. Checkmark. Good job. Revenue, they beat it. 30.73 billion. They beat it 30.91 billion. Again, checkmark. Green. Best Buy, electronics, they beat. So why were they down today? Why were they red? Because the guidance. See the red arrow going down? If you listen to the conference call, I listened to Target this morning. The CEO was saying that we're going to see these tariffs are really going to affect us. He even said in his own words, groceries will be affected this week. Those were from that was from his mouth. He said that the tariffs are going to affect us immediately in the grocery department this week. That's not good for the average consumer. That's not good news. It's not very positive news. So the numbers were great because, again, they were busy during the Christmas holiday season. But now it's a different story. They're giving guidance now. And then let's see the next 3 months from now when they release their earnings. We'll see, are they beating their numbers? Are they beating revenue analyst estimates? Or will they be red now? Okay, so, and these are your big names. Target, Best Buy, There's other ones. After hours today, CrowdStrike, okay, very good. CrowdStrike, everything came out positive, surprise, growth, good stuff over here. CrowdStrike is not your, it's not your Walmart, it's your Best Buy, it's your different corporation over here, different company, different sector. Make sure you know what these are too. Okay. Tomorrow morning, what do we have real quick? Tomorrow morning, Abercrombie and Fitch and Foot Locker. Okay, again, you guys probably shop. I shop at Foot Locker all the time. If I can find a Foot Locker open in a mall, I shop at it. Most of them have been closed down. Abercrombie, again, do you wear this clothing? We'll see if retailers are spending. Or what I listen to is not just the numbers here. I listen to the Foot Locker CEO about guidance, what he's saying, because that can directly impact the markets. Okay. Consumer spending, you and I, we are the market. If we're not buying, if we're not shopping, then these businesses are not making money. They're not paying their rent at the big malls, and then it's just a domino effect. Okay, so things start to collapse. If you and I are not spending our money and we're being very conservative because we're worried about the markets and we're worried about the high prices of groceries and clothing and all these everyday staples that we buy, then markets will suffer. And you're starting to see a little bit of that. And now you tack on tariffs on top. We'll see what happens with this, okay? It will affect our pocketbook, definitely. Okay, guys, so let's just get into this. Here's the charts. So I also pinned a Telegram, a free Telegram channel for everyone on YouTube. It's our free Telegram channel. Please visit it. Join it. It's right over here, showcasing everything we do. Here's the live YouTube. Tomorrow we have a webinar, guys. I'd like you guys to join tomorrow. We're going to talk about the USD Canadian pair, what it is. It's in the news right now. We should be looking at it. We should be talking about it. This, guys, was a trade set up, a signal sent to you guys, and the way how it's showing what we're looking for. Obviously, you got to look for some volume close above, retest, all of those things, or an impulse. But we try our best to showcase what we do in a live environment and provide trade management with these signals as well. Guys, we got this Bitcoin introduction to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin 6-day bootcamp coming up. We'd love for you guys to join. You get the 6-day bootcamp. It's a busy day, guys. Check it out. There's 6 days. Each day is broken down into 2 sessions with like a 15-20 minute break. 6th day will be Saturday morning. We'll hit the charts. Monday to Friday will be everything theory-wise. And you do get an included a 3-month membership exclusive with every SST, and you includes everything: the trade ideas, the signals, the Discord, the live sessions, all of our education, everything. Okay, guys, so that's pinned at the top of YouTube for you guys. Also a free blog for everybody. If you visit our website, stocksniperstrading.com, go to more blog. And there's various blogs for you guys. Here's one on what is Bitcoin. You can read a little bit about it. We did a weekly recap. I like to do these at the end of the week, weekly recaps. Here's our 6-day bootcamp with the link provided. What is a bear market? Maybe you're starting to see some bearish candles lately. Are we in a bear market, or is it just a pullback in the markets? All of these things. Nvidia's earnings, like I was just talking about. We had Target's earnings, Best Buy's earnings, Walmart's earnings, Amazon. You got to get to know your fundamentals too, guys. Don't just stick with just technicals alone. Start to kind of really follow the money and how it's moving. Weekend guide, everything is here for you guys. Just check it out, okay? It's a free blog. Why not learn something educational? If you guys have anything in mind, what you want to see on a blog, let Dave and I know, and we'll provide it. We'll make it for you guys. It's all free. It's fun. Let's learn together. But now the fun starts. Let's get on to the charts. This is where the magic happens. Okay, so we're going to take a look at gold. Okay, I know everybody loves gold. XAU USD, I'm on the daily. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys, I want you guys, how has gold been trading lately? What do you guys think? How has it been trading? Has it been very, very choppy? Has it been pretty good? Has it been clean? Is it like following trends? What do you guys say? How has gold been trading lately? I want to know from you guys. Do you find it very difficult? Ahmed, welcome. Good morning, brother. All the way from Iraq. Welcome. Okay, no one wants to answer the question? No problem. I'll answer it for us. On the daily, looks pretty clean. Like it broke down below structure. We sold down again. We broke this structural point. It moved down, but you see, buyers came back in, and now we got nice 2-day recovery, and now we're kind of consolidating right in here again. So, and then again, this is on the daily. If I ask you on the 4 hours, how is it moving? If I ask you on the hourly, how is it moving? If I ask you on the 15-minute, everyone will have different opinions on different time frames. Okay. You think, Samuel, Trump is going to pump? We'll see. We'll see, guys. Bullish. Okay. But let's get remember, our key zones right now on the daily. Okay. So I can see a beautiful uptrend leading to that all-time highs right up here, and then we're getting a pullback. This is not called a bear market. Gold is not crashing down. I heard some people talking in the news, and they're saying gold is gonna crash. I don't see a crash. I was scratching my head. I was wondering what they're talking about. If you see how we've been moving from here, from 2,500, we broke this previous all-time high, cleared it with some volume, closed above, and we haven't looked back. Yeah, there's this minor pullback, but again, it's still trading in a good solid demand area, and we could be continuing to move up to our all-time high supply. So where is our all-time high supply? When I identify it once a week, and I leave it on my charts. With you guys, we do everything brand new, fresh. Okay, so that's an all-time high supply. We can see when it traded up there, 29.56, and since then we've been pushing down. This candle on Monday, February 24 was the one that could have broke, but they started it very bearish and closed it down below the structure. So since then we pulled down and we're coming back. Look how close we are again to trade into that all-time high supply. We're not too far away from it. So we could potentially maybe test this thing maybe this week. Like, it's only Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We still have Thursday and Friday. Okay, we could definitely test in it. We could definitely maybe break out for an all-time high, a new all-time high this week. It could also come in here again and get rejected and go back down. Okay, so we could have a daily impulse candle break out of here, but again, we have to watch when it closes. Then the volume when it closes will dictate whether it closes above this box, will it close below the box, will it close in the box. All of those questions will be answered as soon as that daily candle officially will close. It might not even get up to the red box. What if they're lowering the supply right now down to here, and maybe they're going to start to push it down. Okay, so that's an all-time high supply. It's identified. Do we have maybe a good complementary demand zone that we can maybe look at? I was looking at this zone prior to this week's move. You can go back and watch the videos. You can see that I was identifying this area right over here as a daily demand area. And why? Because that body closed above, and then I can see that wick, how they came in and back out and held it, and then we continue to push up. And then if I stretch it across now I can see, you can see now how zones can complement each other on later times. See, when we broke down there, it came down, it closed right there. We should have opened red, ignited today, on this day, on Monday, and continue to come down and maybe fill this wick and drop further. We closed below that zone, but look at how it opened. There's clues in every single candle, but you have to pay attention. That's the thing. A lot of traders do not pay attention to this. This might be brand new to you. Do you see how it opened bullish, ignited? It just opened and buyers bought it up right away. I do not see a wick. When it opened, normally we see a red candle come down, then maybe it goes up and it produces a wick. There is no official wick on this candle. That is an ignited bullish candle. It's telling you how the candle is opening. It's opening very strong, and there is no selling pressure. And it came and it pushed, and it pushed. And look, it even closed above this zone and closed right there. There's the high, there's the close. Look at yesterday. We opened and it was red, red, red. And we hit the top of that green box and the buyers were present and they pushed it up. And then we got a small wick. They filled that wick and they popped it even higher. Where we traded for a high up to here, 29.27, where it kind of consolidated and then closed right here. So you can see we're at a key point of interest. Right here I've got a body on a daily, I got a body on a daily, I got a body and a body right here. This 29.18 area, this area right here, this is a critical daily point of interest. I can just see from the last few bodies how they've closed and opened in this general area right here. Daman's videos. So ignited bullish candle with no bottom wick means strong buys. You are correct. Yes, if we see these type of candles, but don't get married to these. Like, this is not always, because I see some traders, anytime they see a bullish ignited candle, they automatically assume I gotta buy it, and it's no, that's not how trading works. It's good to have this in your playbook to understand, but look at how it followed up from a big rejection wick. So when you start to add context and you start to piece these things together, then they make more and more sense, not just as an individual candle. Look at when we pushed down, and then as this daily candle was closing, we had buying pressure coming up at the end of the day, and then it closed right here. We still had the red volume, but we closed right here, and then the next candle opened strong, ignited with buyers. It was because it was kind of following this momentum, how this candle bar was closing. And then that momentum continued right through this candle and it closed above. But great question. It's a good question. I try to explain these live when we're live trading, and I break these things down live. If you understand this, you can apply this on any time frame candle. We're looking at the daily. This could be a 15-minute candle where it came down, came back up, and it closed. Next 15-minute candle opened, bullish ignited like this and went up. This could be 5 minutes, this could be 1 minute, this could be an hourly candle, this can be a 4-hour candle, this can be a weekly candle. It can be whatever time frame you want it to be. All candlesticks have the same characteristics, okay? That's when I learned that, I'm like, all I got to do now is just pick the time frame that I want to trade. So, but then if I want to switch from a scalper 1 minute and tomorrow I want to be a swing trader, I utilize what I know about candles, but I just now look at the 4-hour chart. I'm not looking at 1 minute candles. So it's the same thing, guys. It's the same type of perspective, what we're looking for. And then the zone, again, we keep it green. That's why I always say, get in a habit of stretching these things in the future so you're ready. See how I still have the red all-time high supply in this green box? The volume is right here. I'm stretching this in the future because I know that gold at some point is going to maybe come back down in here and test this, and maybe it goes back up. Maybe it goes back down and closes below here, and then we push down. Okay, that is very, very possible to happen. And I don't think gold is going to trade in here for days, weeks, and months. It's eventually going to break out of here, and if it accumulates enough buyers, then we could potentially break out of here, close above. We flip this entire red zone, we make it green. Buying might happen in here, might consolidate, might build, and then we keep retesting. Then all of a sudden we got a new all-time high and we're above 3,000. Okay, but for the next few days, we could also just maybe trade inside the zone. It might come down a little bit. It might go back up. It might trade back down the green box, might go to the red box, trade in here again, until it finally tries to attempt to break out of there or it attempts to break down here. But with volume, just let it do its thing, naturally. Let it do its thing, and then we figure out what happens when it trades above or below this or below here. Okay, so let's just continue with gold. So we started selling off last Tuesday. Continue push Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was the big push down, close into Friday, and we opened the new week very strong. And we still have a strong weekly momentum. If I'm looking at 50% of this volume, we're still above it. If I'm looking above the zone, we're still above it. So to me, there's still good strength. And then if I look at the rally, look how bullish it is. So when someone said it's gold is bearish, I sort of laughed when they said that. I'm like, look at this move. We're just doing a natural pullback. Maybe it was a 1, 2, 3, 4 day pullback, but it cooled off and we we're driving again. So I want to see, will it make a lower high here? Will we trade a double top in the red box? Will it come back down like that M? If this is happening, we really better pay attention. If it breaks below here, that's where gold can really sell down. Okay, that's for the next few weeks, next few months. But if we continue to push up here, we could be breaking for new all-time highs. Now we're trading in between the zone. So let's now mark some points of interest. Let's follow yesterday's volume. So we opened, it was initially red, retested the green box right at the top of the green box. I always place a point of interest right at 50%, always, because that's generally where is that golden zone in there. Okay, so you can eyeball it if you like, and again, look at it. It's that 2874 area. This is where we traded a lot on the, if you looked at the 5-minute candles from yesterday, that's where we held majority of support every single time it came down there. So it is holding, and let's start to look at the retest, and then it came back up with buyers. Small wick. I always do wick analysis. So is the wick a fairly large wick like this one? It's a large wick. It takes a lot of bullish volume to fill that wick and go higher, so it's already been exhausted. It's already been pushed down. But the shorter wicks, then they can get filled, and once they get filled, potentially we continue to move to the upside, and then we fill the volume behind us, and then we're targeting the next highs, the next wicks. We see how high we go. Sometimes we get equal highs, tweezer tops. Sometimes we get new higher highs. Sometimes we get lower highs. We have to pay attention to all that. That's the technical details that we pay attention to. So on yesterday's volume, again, it was pretty bullish. We made a high, again it sold out, but we retained this volume. So what I like to do is, number one, I look at exactly where's 50% of this volume that opened and closed. I'm guessing that it's right around there, okay? 2904. Again, sometimes if you don't want to guess, you get your Fibonacci tool, very handy tool. I place it at the opening volume and the closing volume. Okay, so right there, opening volume, closing volume. See my yellow line where I kind of guessed where's 50%? There's the actual 50%, 0.5, 29.04 and 33 cents. I had mine at 29.04 and 73 cents. So I was off by 40 cents, 4 pips. Pretty good, but not perfect. We're perfect traders. We're snipers. So we want to be exact. So you see how I moved that yellow line right at the 0.5? It's overlapping it. That is exactly 50% of yesterday's bullish volume. So if we do retrace back down, if it comes back down, I would like to see this hold with buyers. But it might not just come down to this exact 0.5. It might come to one line above, which is in this situation is the 382, and one line below, which is in this situation the 0.618. So if you want to draw your own zone, like a fair value zone, some of you guys use fair value gaps. I don't know all the words you guys use, but easy peasy, draw a box, one line above the 0.5 and one line below. The bullish volume will dictate that the green is box, and the box is green. And what I do is, again, once I've identified it, I stretch it into the future, okay? And then when I'm done, you can leave your fibs or you can move your fibs, whatever you want to do. So now, in fact, I have identified exactly with precision where's 50%, the yellow line, and one notch above and one notch below. The reason why I do one notch above and one notch below is because look here. This is where I can teach exactly what I'm talking about. It happened right here. Look at where Monday's volume closed. Look at how it opened, and it came down red, and it stopped right here. This yellow line is exactly 50%. There's your one notch above, and there's your one notch below. So sometimes it will hit the notch above. It's still tapped right into the green box, but the buyers were pending right there, right then and there. They didn't even allow a deeper retrace right into 50%, and they did not allow the deepest retrace right to the bottom. So again, we have the first point of interest is the top. second point of interest is right exactly in the middle, and then our third point of interest is at the bottom. If we cannot retain this, then in fact the market may flip the opposite direction. So if it's coming down red, I like to see buyers step in right there, the first instinct. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to draw it like this. If we're coming down with selling pressure, I'd like to see buyers step in right here at 29.07 and 50 cents. If that doesn't hold, then what is our next line? Let's just use common sense, guys. Let's not make this difficult. If we're coming down, then the next line is the yellow line right there. And let me know if you guys want me to slow down. Like, do you guys understand this? Because I want to go a little faster because it's 7:37. Because we got to get ready for the futures. And then here's the bottom of the green. So those are where I expect the buyers to come in. Here, here, or here. If this zone cannot hold and the selling pressure is more and closes below there, then what I do is I flip that zone and change the color to red. Same zone, same shit, same lines. Just the color changed because the volume closed below. So if these are buyers coming in, the buyers are here, the buyers are here, they're coming in, buying, buying, buying. But then this is a new depth of market. This is a whole new block in the market. This is maybe they took out the sellers or the buyers hit their pending orders, and then the selling pressure absorbed them and ready to push down. Maybe the buyers saw it coming down and they've canceled their pending orders. But the market opened up, it closed below. So if it's retesting this, that's where I think sellers will be at the first line, at the middle, or at the top. And anywhere in there, if they sell, then we can naturally come back down, all the way back down to here. Okay, so this analysis can be used for any time frame. This can be a 1 minute candle. This can be a 5 minute candle. This can be a 15-minute candle, 30-minute. Mohammed, you're getting it? Okay, perfect. Then I'm not going to waste any more time. Good. If you guys got it, then maybe I'm being too repetitive here, but perfect. Just let me know that you guys got it, and that's all I need to know. So I'm going to continue with the green, stretch it into the future. How far? Sometimes I get the look at how far I stretched it. Thursday, March 13. What about we go March 21? What about April? What about we go into, who gives a shit? Go as far as you want. Go April, May, June, July. Go into 2030. Bring it as far as you want. Into the future, the futures market. Stretch these zones in the future. Now, let's analyze, continue analyzing. We came up green, green, green. Point of interest. I said here, we've got a body, a body, a body, a body, a body here. There's got to be a point of interest somewhere, like right around here. I'm going to place it right here. I got a close. I get a open. I get where the volume is trading right now. I do have a little bit of volume above or below, but right there is a good point of interest. 29.15 area. Also, when it came up here, we've got a point of interest. That was yesterday's daily high. So that's important to me right up there, 29.28. And basically, here's today's daily candle. It already opened. Okay, so how did it open? It opened and it just flashed green a tiny bit. See the wick? And then right away, selling pressure came in and pushed it down, right down to here. So since we're going to be doing the Tokyo futures market session together, I kind of just want to mark today's low right there. So I like to use for today's low a purple line. I know it's a lot of lines. I like to use a purple line. I also mark the high of the day right now. We're right there. Okay, so that's our range, 29.17, 29.11, $6-7 range, 60-70 pips from the high to the low. Things will open up. This candle will open up. It might flip and then come back up and fill yesterday's wick and drive up to here. We might continue with bearish volume, come back to the low of the day and drop. And we might drop to our first green box, 29.07, maybe down to there, 29.04, maybe the bottom 29.01, and that's a nice psychological area at 2900. We'll see if the buyers can continue to maintain. And then just looking at the daily pattern, what's going on, what I can see is an eggplant on my chart. I didn't put that there. And I know that Dave is fooling around here. So it came up, came down, and we're coming up. But is it a lower high and they're going to push it back down? Or are we going to maybe continue to push up into that all-time high supply? Okay, so we'll figure it out tonight, tomorrow. But let's go to the hourly now. Let's bring this down faster. Okay, so this was our hourly. You can see when the lowest point was Friday, February 28, right at Comex and Wall Street, kind of was the bottom down there, continued to come up, pull back, continue to drive, pull back, continue to drive, pull back, continue to drive, but we're not making any new higher highs now. Now you see how the hourly volume is kind of consolidating. We got a body in here, bullish, bearish body, spin top, bullish body, bullish body. It's just trading in between kind of these purple lines with no volume closing above or below. So we might continue to consolidate in here. Again, what's our next hourly move? We can close above here, retest this, and drive up to there. Or we can maybe close below purple line, retest this, and trade back down into the green box down in here. There could be fake outs too. We have to watch for fake outs, like a candle like this, where it came up and then got pushed back down, closed in here. Normally when we see that, we see red momentum continue to push down, but the buyers have held this zone. So it's pretty strong on the hourly, and you can see exactly how we are consolidating now. That is the hourly consolidated volume right in here. So now it's just accumulating. The buyers might break it out of here. Sellers might break it down from here. Gold is not going to just continue to stay trading in between these purple lines. I can guarantee you that. I'll come back on the call tomorrow with you guys, and I don't think it will still be trading in the zone, but for now it still is. We can still scalp in here, but we'll be looking for 20 pips, 30 pips, 50. The maximum move, if you were to buy from the bottom and to the top, or sell from the top to the bottom, it's right there, 29.11 to 29.17, $6.60 pips. We're not looking for 100 pips. We're not looking for 200. We're just scalping in between these zones. Okay, so that's the hourly. Right now, it's just consolidating right before we get into the futures market, but it looks like it wants to maybe continue to push down, but we'll figure it out. Let's go to the 5 minutes now. It is 7:45 p.m. Eastern, so 15 minutes right before the futures market. So again, do you see the zones I have? So I know this big green zone is from the daily. There's that 28.75. There's the top of the green box. There's the middle. There's the bottom. Here's my next zone right here. And then now I can see exactly how the volume traded at 9:45. It came down, back up. Came down at 10, back up, came down. Look how many times it held it. Kind of held it. You can see when the 5 minutes are building their own little demand area right there. So you can see how they're building. Once you see what you're doing on a higher time frame, you can see what you're doing on the lower time frame. Right there, they held. Yeah, there was a break, but then the volume closed right there. Yes, they impulsively broke it down, and it came right back up, and it retested it. But you can see it wasn't breaking the resistance. Then it had to come back down, pick up more, go back up. Then you see how it's now closing above the green box. We're no longer trading at this bottom one. So the depth of market is increasing. Then we start to push up. So this is where we're trading now. These are the 5 minutes. We're in that hourly area. So this is what we can use. We can use this yellow line as a point of interest, 29, 14, 15 area. We can look for maybe buys above here. We can look for sells below here. We can take a look at what happens if they break above here. We can take a look if they break below here. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the 5 minutes. Is there a trend coming down? Well, I can see this trend easily. Like if I just place trend lines from there, you can see how it's pushing down from this point to that point, to that point, slowly pushing down. Can I attach it to the highest point up there? Yeah, look, we can still get some touches from this high point. It still touches in there, still touches there, and still touches there. So you can see how it's being lowered. We're coming back down. So just continue with that trend line coming down. But there is a trend coming up, but did we break it? So I like to do natural trend lines. So I see right there was a natural trend line. Right there was a natural trend line. I get touches. I see the wicks broke, but no volume closed below. So to me, they grabbed liquidity down there. Was there a question I missed? 1 second. Serge, what about putting line above the bodies? What do you mean line above the bodies? Okay, but do you see how I had natural trend line? See there, it didn't come back down. There actually broke, but then came right back in. So if you want to do like natural trend lines, you can. Oh, I clarified. Okay, perfect, Serge. No problem. So what we're going to do is we got 13 more minutes to go until the futures market opens up. We'll watch gold, okay? Because let's watch gold, so we don't do another chart right now and then we miss the action at 8 p.m. And just keep in mind over here, guys, we got Donnie Trump setting to speak at 9 p.m. tonight. Okay, so you guys can hear it. Can you guys hear it? This is fantastic. I love this. We'll use this for FOMCs, and I can go to the charts and we can still listen. Perfect. Okay. Excellent. But it's not on right now. I don't want to listen to some people talking. So we're going to watch gold. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. So we're going to see what's going on here. Is there some zones that we can place on the 5 minutes? I'm going to ask you guys that. So what about if I place a zone here? Do you think this is a good place? And I'm going to ask you guys to place a zone. I'm going to just place it and you tell me if it's a good zone or not. And then I'll explain if it's a good zone or not. I want to hear you guys. What do you guys think? If I place a red box right there, do you guys think it's okay? Do you guys understand why I placed it there? Let's learn together before the market opens up. Yeah, good zone. Okay, the reason why I placed it there is that's where my purple line is. So I know that it's a daily high. Okay, and then I see how the 5 minutes reacted at this zone. There was a breakout. Okay, I see that. And then I look at the time when it broke out. It broke out at 310, 315, 320, 325, 330, boom, right back down. Okay, so to me that looks like a power hour breakout, kind of like a fake out. They brought it up there and then they brought it right back down. Okay, and then since then I see a rejection candle that tried to come up there and then they rejected it back down and then we fell back down. We came back up here. There's a rejection, there's a rejection, and a bearish engulfing candle. And then I see now two kind of tweezer top highs right there being lowered. So to me, this looks like a good supply zone on the 5 minutes. Okay, if we continue to come back up here, what's a probability that can happen here? It's a high probability it'll probably get rejected there. Why? Because they had the fake out, they got rejected multiple times there, and then we got lower highs. So maybe it does come back up, but we test what happens up there. And I'm going to go with the red box to say that it'll probably get rejected unless the buyers can prove to me and push it above there and close it above there. I want to see a close. I want to see a body blue close up there, because then what I'll do is I'll just change that zone to green and maybe it will hold here and then I can buy off of that zone. So if I get a blue candle that closes above there, then this zone can turn into a 5 minute demand zone and I can be taking scalps off of this green box. Okay, we're nowhere near it right now, but that's just for in the future. If I'm going to trade later tonight, who knows? If Trump says something, maybe gold will pump back up there, but I want to be ready for it. So what I can do is when it trades up there, I can also place an alert on my chart. You can place alerts, have them set up. Another zone. See, I always kind of gravitate towards my higher time frame lines. This yellow line is a daily point of interest, and I kind of gravitate towards it to see how volume reacted here. I can see it came down, a wick, go back up, came down, wick, go back up. This body closed below it, it came back up, they rejected it back down. It came back up, it rejected back down. So just right there, utilizing my yellow line and seeing those candles, how they traded those wicks right there, that to me is a zone. Now what I do is I verify it again. So I see there was a fake breakout above there, and then they brought it right back down and pushed it down. There was an impulse, again, no volume closing above there. Stretch it. There was impulse, 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 and then they pushed it down. Continue with this. There's an impulse, and they pushed it back down. Continue with this. There's the first candle that closed above. So had you have done this, and you stretch it across, you see when it came down, 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 look at what it did. It wicked right into that green box and went back up. Again, it came wicked right into that green box and went back up. You could have bought off of this zone or sold off of this zone all day today. You can continue to bring it across. You see the break, it broke, and then push right back up, close above, pull back. There's a double bottom right at the green box and continue go up to the red zone. Come back down. There's where it kind of bounced, and then that candle closed below. You can flip it red at that point, and then you got that further drop down there at 7 p.m. when we started the call. And now I'm going to bring this zone across, and you see a 3-bar play. Close with sellers, buyers in between, and sellers pushing back down. So this zone is red currently. We got the volume below. Now let's watch how we're going to go into the futures market, okay? So what could happen is we could maybe continue selling back down to the low of the day, and we see what happens down there. Maybe we break, maybe it comes back up. We might push back up and close above here, and then we might go all the way back up to here. If I'm measuring the zones, now I'm measuring from the entire zone. From the bottom to the top, it's approximately 27, no, we'll go from right there, 30 pips. So it's a 30 pip zone from here to there, 30 pips. It's also 30 pips to come down. Half of it is 15 pips. So if we're looking for small scalps, if we're just looking to trade in the zone, there it is, 30 pips, not 300 pips for most traders, what they want. I want 300 pips too, but if I'm just trading inside the zone, that's the mathematics of the zone. You cannot dispute this. 2 plus 2 is 4. This zone is from here to there, 30 pips. We cannot debate that, okay? So we have to make our mindset if we're trading inside here, what to expect. So if it comes back up, closes there, retest this, and I take a buy, I can take a buy to fill up to these bodies right here or to that and just get in and out because it might get rejected right there. There's a wick. But however, if it's got volume and it pushes up there, then when it comes up to that box, I got to do something. Like look at these buyers. If they bought anywhere here, it came right up there. If they don't do anything, you see how it came all the way back down and hit their break even. Same with the sellers. If they don't do anything, selling from there, they don't collect any profit, the buyers bring it right back up. And then, so if you want to play that game, the woulda, shoulda, coulda game, you can play that game if you want. I don't play that game no more. I trade like a robot, right down to the pipette, and get in, get out, be happy with the trade. If it goes against you, you hit your stop loss and you move on. You don't get upset, you don't revenge trade, don't over leverage, and just either play the zones and wait. To see what happens. Okay, so right now the time is 7:55. We got our next 5-minute candle, and this will be the one that's going into the futures market open. Okay, it's 8 p.m. and then just keep in mind Trump is set to speak at 9 p.m. Okay, so we might get just some initial volatility for the futures market open. Remember yesterday how it sold off and then it kind of reversed back up. Let's see what we get today. We can trade right away at 8 p.m. As soon as the candle flashes red or green, you can hit the buy or sell button if you like, but you better be prepared for the volatility and the swings. If you're trying to trade with maybe a 5-10 pip stop loss, you'll probably get liquidated both sides. So what we can do is we can watch the first 5-minute candle open and close and see and talk about it. Maybe it does push down, maybe it takes out a low, maybe it fakes out and comes back up and makes a high and closes with green ball. But we can gather some information about it. You don't have to trade it right away. I see a lot of traders get very excited and want to trade as soon as markets open up, whether it's futures market, whether it's Wall Street, whether it's London, whether it's NFP, whether it's FOMC. Just the first candle, boom, I got to be trading. You don't need to do that. You can wait. Some of these Tokyo sessions, I'll also bring it down to the 1 minutes, where we'll watch physically 1 minute bars. Maybe we'll save it for Thursday night. We'll do some 1 minute scalping because tomorrow we have a webinar. And then we'll do some 1 minute analysis and scalping. Okay. So right now we're barcoding. We've got a blue candle, black candle, blue candle. Okay. And just for those that are used to red and green candles, same situation. The blue ones are the bullish candles. The black ones are the bearish candles, okay? The ones going down are bearish, the ones going up are bullish. Okay, so chart is good. Everybody okay? Everybody relax. Take a deep breath. Okay, markets are getting exciting. Markets are very exciting lately. I know a lot of snipers are doing really well. Continued success. And for those that are learning, just continue learning. Continue learning. Stop focusing on hitting the buy and sell button. Focus on what's going on with price action. Learn how to set your zones up, number one. Learn what these candles represent, what the wicks are, the size of the volume, okay? Know which are your good trading volume, which ones, which candles you should be staying away from and things like that. That's what you should be doing as a beginner. Okay, so we have 2 minutes to go. Again, if I'm going to take a trade this session, I'm checking what, because I was trading Dow Jones earlier today, so I'm not going to lie. I'm looking at gold right now, XAU USD. I'm looking at my spread. Currently, it's at 1.2. I'm looking at my lot size. I don't want to make any mental mistakes, because when I trade Dow Jones and I switch over to gold, with this broker, it's a completely different lot size. Okay, so I don't want to make a silly mistake, and it could be a loss where I don't need to do that. So this is where I'm preparing for a trade. I'm verifying that I don't make any mistakes. Gold, I'm looking at it, the spread. I now just adjusted the lot size. Will I be going in a feeler trade right away to test out the market? Am I going to be going with my normal trading? So all of these things are going through my mind before I even take a trade, as should you when you are preparing to take a trade. Okay, so look, now we've got 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Okay, retest it, came up green. Let's just follow the last few bars. Lower high, lower high, lower high, bearish bar coming down. Can we identify where's 50% of this bearish bar? Absolutely we can. I'm going to just do it by freestyle. We're not using the fib, right around there. That's about half of it. So I know that there's resistance right here at 2,915 and 70 cents. So even if it breaks out of here impulsively, it might get rejected because there's 50% of that big bearish candle that started this leg coming down. Okay, so we're still bearish. We've got volume below this red box, but it came down, higher low, higher low. Good physical support here. So the same thing how I figured out where there's kind of some resistance. Right here is a good supporting area too. If I place a line right here, I can see there's a body, and there's that retest wick where it came down exactly right there, 2,913 and 9 cents. Okay, so there's the neckline. We'll see if buyers can bring it above here. There's our natural trend line coming down. 10 seconds to go. Let's watch. There's going to be some volatility. It is the futures market open. Tokyo session has been pretty wild as of late. Okay, so there's the close. It closed, see, closed red, bullish, ignited right away. Did you see how it opened just bullish, ignited? Now, see how it turned blue, came up, retested the red box, and they dropped it right back down. This is volatility. See what I mean? Sometimes you don't even have time to react. It just opened blue, boom, it came up there, got a wick, and boom, it came back down. Now it came to that line, and it came back up. Spin top. This is a spin top. In the first 30 seconds, it's got indecision. It doesn't know where it's going. It's right back to exactly where it opened. Okay, so now we got kind of the range of the first 5-minute candle, and that was in the first 40 seconds. So we still don't have any information. See what I mean? Sometimes there's no information given. It's still just accumulating. Buyers are accumulating. Sellers are accumulating. It's right back to where it opened. Okay, so do we just want to just trade off this candle right now and just hit buys and sells and hope for the best? No. Let's wait for this full body candle to close. At least if it closes, it gives us more information than us just jumping in right now. Okay? And then just to show you the range of this candle from the top to the bottom so far, it's 11 pips. Okay? So it's not huge, but let's just continue to watch where it closes. How it closes too. Will it close all the way at the bottom? Will it close near the top? Will it close exactly where it opened, like a spin top? How much volume will it close with? Okay, so see how it came down. Now back up green. Sorry, blue. I'm gonna have to get used to this. Okay, I switched up the charts. But as long as they're candles, I don't give a shit. I don't care what the color is. As long as I can see something open, have a low, have a high, and a close, I'm good. I don't care what the colors are. Okay, so it's pushing buyers back up. Now we've got 3 minutes to go. So all of this now happened in the first 2 minutes. We can see a double bottom. Okay, there was one bottom. There's our big kind of neckline. Came back down. Okay, so you can see like two bottoms. And now we need to push with that volume to get it to close maybe above here so we can retest this and continue to drive. Okay, but again, look at when it came up. It's an impulse. It impulsively traded through there and then they rejected it back down. Okay, guys? So if you got excited about that candle and you bought, that's what I mean. Sometimes you got to resist those impulse urges because you play into exactly what the market wants. You bought into that big blue candle because you got excited and fear of missing out because it's going to go higher. And then sellers were waiting and absorbed that. And now we're right back exactly to where we opened. But the range just opened up a little more. Remember the range was 11 pips. Now our range is 19, 20 pips. So the range is getting larger. Okay, and then look at the sellers. They're right back down near the low. Still below the red box. This might close near the low and continue selling down near the low of the day. There's the low of the day down here. For today's date, not yesterday's, today. Okay, so did they pin it? Did they pin it when it came up there? They pinned it and pushed it down. Now we have 90 seconds to go. If you guys like this type of analysis, right now, please guys, if you can kindly hit the like button on YouTube or on your way out today, we really do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if this is your first time kind of watching live analysis. We do trading with you guys. Asian session has started, Ahmed. Yes, it has. Bank of Japan usually releases news tentatively throughout this time. Okay, so do you guys think we did a good thing by not taking a trade on this candle? What do you guys think? If you don't tell me, I'll talk for us. I think we did a pretty good job being patient on this candle because I don't think we would have any direction. We'd be in drawdown if we bought. We'd be in drawdown if we sold. Still no real information about this candle for the first 5 minutes. So I congratulate myself. Sometimes when I do that, I congratulate myself because I know I could have bought this candle and I know I could have sold this candle. But when you do something like that, say good job, you know? Even if you're talking to yourself, be like me, just talk to the computer. Your kids will see you talking to the computer, your spouse will see you. They'll think you're crazy, but you're not. Don't worry. I'm with you. Traders, I understand you guys. Traders, we know each other. My kids and my wife have no idea why I always talk to the charts. Candle whispering. The candles are whispering to us. Lisa, you write love notes to yourself when you do good. I don't know about love notes. I'm not writing love notes here. Maybe I should start writing love notes. I love when I do not take an impulse candle. I love that. Okay? Let's write some of these things while we're here. Let's see. I love waiting for confirmation. Okay? So this is a love note I'm writing this to myself. So I love waiting for confirmation. Okay? Not entering. I love waiting. Yeah. Okay, but now let's just continue watching. So this is where I pay attention. Okay? I should write here. I love paying attention. Why? Because remember what I said, we might have like a second bottom in the market. This is where it could be developing, but we gotta maybe pay attention, like right here. Now you see how they dropped it big time. They dropped this one big. They dropped this one big, but it came right back up. So let's see if history will repeat itself. Will it come back down and will it come back up and maybe close above this green box? Then they're coming again, grabbing some liquidity, might bring it up, and then we might start a bullish leg coming up. But if this thing closes back near here, we could be coming down to that low of the day. So again, it's the first 7 minutes of futures. Okay, but let's see if we can gather a little bit of information. And then this is where someone might say, well, Ron, why didn't we sell this candle? Like, you could have, okay? But I just didn't like this candle the first 5 minutes. So now that I have not sold, I let this thing bleed out. I don't want to sell the bottom. Why? Because it's very close to that low of the day, the purple line. And I just look here. If I sold the bottom of that candle, I would have gone in drawdown. If I sold the bottom of that candle, it would have came right back up, and I see. So if I sold the bottom right there, again, it's coming right back up. So this is where, if it closes above here, I might pat myself on the back and say, I love not selling the bottoms. Okay? Look at that now. See that? That's a liquidity grab. So this is giving me now information. I'm not in a trade, but I'm still getting some intelligence what's going on down here. But I look at the time now. There's still 1:45. That's a long, long time. Sellers might continue to bring it down there. Buyers might continue to bring it up. Where will it close? I don't know. That's the name of the game. We have to wait for it to officially close so then we can discuss and confirm how it opened, how low it went, how high it went, where it closed, and start piecing these, putting these pieces of this puzzle together. Okay, so like when I said maybe a double bottom. Okay, if we can come back up, like do this, where it had that wick and it was coming back up and it closed in the green box, then maybe we would have got a bullish candle continuing to come up here. Okay, if it closes below the green box, unfortunately I have to flip the green box red because it might continue to sell down. But let's watch the close now. We got 50 seconds. I like that too. I never really talked about that. The emotions of looking at a red candle and a green candle. Now these are like more neutral. I know black is not neutral, but the blue and purples and things like that. When people see red, like when the markets are selling, they trade different or it causes fear and things like that. So yeah, if you want to change the color of your candles for emotions and psychology, things like that, I understand that. A lot of traders don't like trading red-green candles for that specific reason. Okay, so here's the close. Okay, we closed again right at the green box. So we could continue to push down, but I see a wick, and a wick. It's kind of difficult to continue to sell down when I see multiple rejections. So again, maybe I gotta just wait it out. See what happens. Will the buyers step in here and bring it back up? Will the sellers officially fill these wicks and take it down to the low of the day? Possibly. This is not where I want to gamble with that trade because I'm looking back. A big rejection wick, and another rejection wick. So yes, could potentially sell, go down for 5-10 pips, but then it could potentially come right back up. So maybe I wait for this. I still do not see a bar close below this green zone. Maybe this might be our first bar that actually closes below. Okay. Again, if I'm taking this, kind of taking it on impulse, it closed right at my zone. That's why I held off of selling this. And then, the woulda, shoulda, couldas. Well, why didn't you sell it? Well, I could have, like I don't play like that. I kind of look what the wicks are. It closed right there. So I was assuming that maybe the buyers would step in. So I missed a scalp sell. I admit it right now. I missed an opportunity to take a scalp sell. But that doesn't discourage me from forgetting what's going on because I know that there's going to be multiple trades that can be made. Okay. This could bleed out, but I want to see. Now I'm gaining information right now. Okay, I'm not in the trade, but I'm still learning. It just took out that previous low of the day. Okay, how deep are they going to take it? Okay, there's another strong bounce in the market right here where it bounced. Okay, are we going to drive right into that green box as I just placed it right there? Okay, will this candle close all the way down here? This is like 8 p.m. Eastern. The markets have been insane lately for volume. Again, this zone, what I'll do is I'll bring it down to the purple line now, and then I look to the left. There's where those bodies are, stretching it. So if we come back up here, this is now red. Wow, big push down. We traded deep down into this bigger demand area. This is a massive drop. Okay, this is a big drop. Unfortunately, like, I know it sucks. I didn't hit the sell button, so I watched this candle as 50-60 pips. It sucks. But believe me, I've missed a lot of candles in my day, as probably you guys have too. But I don't. This is what screwed me up in the past. When you trade with rules, where you're waiting for confirmations and things like that, you're going to miss out on trades. Then there's trades where you take on impulse and you make mistakes, and then you say, "Oh, I'm never going to trade an impulse ever again." So, but that's I don't trade like that. I'm sorry, guys. If it's hard to follow me with that, there's nothing I can do, because I used to make a ton of mistakes like that, and I cleaned that up by having the mindset that I have now, because I made so many mistakes. Then after that, I would start trading on impulse and make a lot of mistakes and lose a lot of money. So, again, I'm just going with my zones. Maybe you guys need to learn this too. I know you guys see a massive candle, and we could have sold, absolutely, but there's other things I'm looking at. I'm looking at how it reacted right there at that yellow line, pushing back up. Where will this candle close? Can I buy maybe off of this green box, maybe buy back up, or just continue maybe selling down with this thing? I'm going to also look at where 50% of this volume officially closes in the next 50 seconds. If you guys took a sell on that, fantastic. But also trail your profits behind, because you never know. This thing could flip back up, or it could continue pushing down. But don't leave money on the table, guys. Try to the best of your ability. Okay, so now I'm just showing you those points of interest, how they play out. See that yellow line? That was from that daily point of interest. It was 50% of that green zone right in there. So the buyers are still present there. Here's the close. Are we closing right again above this zone? Then they grab some liquidity. We might turn up green. It might come up, pull back. Here's the close. Okay, we're closing above or in the box. In. So I'm just making it green now. Or sorry, blue here. Okay. So we got that same play that we got from yesterday. This was a question that was asked at the beginning of the call. Remember the rejection wick, the momentum pushing up, and then see how this 5-minute candle opened bullish, ignited right away, and just pushed up. And then you see that volatility, how they just wicked it right back down. So sometimes we got to see now where the structure will build, because the market is very volatile still. See how that candle turned blue? It's still below 50%. Had I done this faster, open, close, and I look where's 50%, half of it is right there. We're still below it. We could be consolidating here now. So again, it's a spin top candle, indecision. Do I want to buy this, or do I want to wait for a little bit? Trevor, how many pips do you move up, run when in profit? It all depends, Trevor. Like, it depends the time frame. I'm giving you the realist answer I can give you. If I'm on the minutes, Trev, sometimes I'm moving it up within that body of that candle, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 1 minute. Maybe if I can run 2 bars for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, catch a move, I'm trailing it because I'm only in that trade for a couple minutes. If I'm more on the 5 minutes, I kind of tend to maybe after 30 pips, 40 pips to start to trail it behind. The higher the time frame, then I let it breathe. But on the 1 minute, it's quick, Okay, no, same with me. I have that. I have had that issue on these live calls a lot, where you always move up too early, and then I get stopped out at break even. Or so try just try to hold the trade a little longer. Maybe give it a little bit more room to breathe, and allow maybe the trade to play out without taking the profit too fast or moving to break even. I tried to show you guys on the call where I moved it up too fast. It hit me break even, and then the trade went in my direction, and I missed out on some big moves. So sometimes going to break even too fast, let it develop. Just try it and see if that can help your psychology. Just always, guys, when we're trying new things, lower your lot size so you can test a new style, a new strategy, a new technique. Don't do it with big sizes where you're panicking, because then you're not really testing that strategy. You're just basically, your heart's going to start pounding, your adrenaline's going to start going, and then you're not going to follow what your plan was. Okay? So sometimes just limit the size and play out your strategy. See if it works. If you can teach yourself how to do that, then maybe you can start to hold trades longer, and then maybe start to make them more profitable trades than getting hit at break even or stopped out. All of these things. You got to learn as you go. That's the importance of journaling your trades. That's the importance of going over the weekend or at the end of the trading day and reviewing. There's still to this day a lot of snipers in our group that are not using journals, that are not reviewing their trades, yet they're still struggling, and they ask me, Ron, can you help me? What am I doing wrong? And I'm giving my honest answer. I'm telling you what you're doing wrong. You're not analyzing your trades. You're not reviewing your trades. You're not reviewing your winners. You're not reviewing your losers. You're not looking at your break evens. You're not even journaling. You have no idea what you traded last week, let alone what you traded today. How can we get any feedback from that? What can we learn from that? Okay. Um, Robert, you got that sell, 76 pips. Congrats. Okay. So you still see that big wick? Like, it was a big rejection of buyers, and it just flashed blue, and then they pushed it right back down. And again, the selling pressure came all the way down again to that critical daily point of interest here. Are we building off of this? This zone is no longer green. The volume is still below us. Could this be where a big double bottom could be building up? Look here. So this, what my eyes see. So this entire zone is one bottom. There's the big neckline coming back down. This could be where it's starting a second bottom, a bigger one. Okay. So if we can start to maybe move close above here, we retest this. We can start to retrace back up to here, maybe back up to here. If this selling pressure keeps breaking, I might, if it comes down to here, like 2,900, I might test out a buy down in here. I feel like it's dropped quite a bit. That there's got to be some strong buyers here to protect 2,900. Here's the close. Wow, it closed right near the low. Okay, so look at the close of that candle. It closed like 99.9% right to the low. So it just flashed blue right again to that yellow line. They broke it. Okay, so we're trading now within this little green box from where earlier today, this morning, 10 a.m. This is 10 a.m., 10:05, 10:10, 10:30, up to 11. From 10 to 11 this morning, where we had some U.S. news, we're trading right back in the box. Okay, so now we got, again, a good, strong bullish candle. But where's 50% of that previous candle? Half of it is right there. 2906. I'd like to see if this is a strong buying candle. I'd like to see it maybe close above half of that selling pressure. Because if it cannot get above here and close above there, sellers might push this thing back down. Okay, so we don't even have a blue candle close yet. It's been black, black, black. We don't even have a blue one close yet. Okay, so we don't want to just get sucked in on buying right now. We want to see maybe a closure of something looking positive. Okay, so we lost this area of support. It fell down to the next big block of support. Okay, so maybe it needs to build a little bit. Maybe we need to find a couple bounces here. Maybe it comes down, goes back up, maybe we'll come back down and then do something like this, and then we break out, okay, if we're looking for buys. I think, wow, I think on these calls we got to go to the 1 minutes. I didn't think that it would be this much volume, to tell you the truth. And I haven't done gold in Tokyo for a while. Like, if you guys want to scalp 1 minute a little faster, we can definitely. This is the type of volume that you need to scalp 1 minute. Okay, so we got a nice 5-minute answer from the buyers. Again, here at this yellow line, looking good, but still got lower high, lower high. That's that 50%. Can we close with some good volume? Will the sellers maybe push it back down? We've got 2.5 minutes to go. So this was the first 2.5 minutes of this candle and was pretty bullish so far. And look at the RSI. Okay, so RSI, I know, went deep down to 18. Okay, so that doesn't give us just the right to just buy because of the RSI indicator. Yeah, and Trump still has to speak tonight. I don't think we'll be on the call to listen to him speak because he's at 9. And I think everyone should be listening to him speak instead of trading. I don't want you guys to do anything silly while he's talking. But listen, if he's talking about tariffs, if he's talking about something, if he's talking about the US dollar, anything like that, that can give us some clues for trading into tomorrow. Okay, so look at our candle. It's bullish engulfing. We've got a bullish engulfing candle. So far it's engulfing the majority of that bearish volume. We're going to get our close in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Will it completely engulf this candle? Then maybe next candle will open green and continue to go up, or we pull back and then we're buying maybe this general area. Okay, depending on how it closes, where it closes. We might be buying off this zone up here. If it closes above here, might be just a quick retest here, a wick, and continue to drive. But this is a good answer. So guys, also with the education part, the analysis. Why did we analyze this zone? Okay, so it's important with your analysis to know why we targeted 2904 as a daily point of interest. Okay, so remember how high it went. That's the high. It's a lower high from the previous wick. And then they're pushing it down. Here's the close in 20 seconds. Where will it close? How will it close? Sorry, I'm just trying to, I want to go in here. Okay, get ready. Here's the close. So this looks like the first bottom. It came down and it came back up. Okay, so we close right at the red box. It's opening bearish, coming down. Let's see if it picks up a wick at the top of the green box, which it just did, or will it come down relatively, where's about 50% of it. 50% is still right there. Okay, so it's holding. They're trying to break it above here. Okay, so will the candle flip blue, or will it come back down black? Okay, it's right at that resistance. Okay, so you see how it just flashed blue? So the candle just turned blue right in that red zone. So if it does continue to move, it should try and fill this wick and this wick and make its way up to maybe 50% of that black candle, or maybe up to the next red zone. But still, it did not push through there, got rejected back down. So it's this little tiny doji candle in here. This is the candle right before we go into 8:30. Okay, okay, so you see how it's still just this doji candle inside here. So if the buyers are failing to break it out of there, then the selling pressure could naturally just start to come down, just like these big body candles. If the buyers cannot break this high, then selling pressure might naturally come right back in and push this thing down. There's a lack of buyers up there. Okay, but also watch how many times it goes down, how many times will it go up, how many times will it come down, will it continue to hold its low, will it break for a new low, and then we're going into 830. Okay, so you see how the red zone is still holding up? So will it come all the way down to test this black line, 2906 right in here, about, I know it's a lot of green boxes, but like right there. Will it test a little bit above that black line and see if the majority of this blue volume will continue to hold? And then half this candle is exhausted. I know it's a boring candle. It's a boring candle. But we have to acknowledge that this is the last 5 minutes that closes this 30-minute candle from 8 p.m. to 8:30. Then we're going to get a new 30-minute candle that opens the market. So maybe the market is just catching its breath right now before it makes its next big move, either going back to the upside, still fighting through this resistance, or sellers will step in and start to continue to sell into this demand. So right now it's still holding. Will it flip blue again? And then since we've waited this long, again, maybe it's smart to just wait for this candle to close instead of maybe trading on impulse right now with the last 90 seconds to go, because we could potentially get faked out. So since I'm just saying for myself, since I've waited this long and I know it's going to be 8:30 in another minute, maybe I'm just going to wait for this entire candle to close, regardless of what it does. And I know, yes, it can pop up and I might miss out on a few pips, or it could come back down. Regardless, I want to see where it closes. I've already made up my mind that I'm not going to trade this candle. So once my mind is made up, and I'm not saying this because I'm just telling you guys how I trade. Once I make up my mind that I'm not going to buy this, regardless, until it closes, then I'm not entertaining any buys or sells in my head right now. I'm focusing on where this thing will close. I'm trying to play back in my head how many times it came down, has it broken a high, where will the volume close, how will the next body open, all of these things. Demon's video, NASDAQ just kicked your butt, laugh out loud, I'm not trading till London maybe. I know the indices have been pretty tough as of late. I understand. It's a tough market. But hopefully, if it kicks your butt, you didn't lose your entire account. You didn't do anything silly that you're going to regret. It's okay if you take a loss here and there. We all do. I do. Dave does. Everybody does. Okay, but losing a lot, it's not part of the game. Okay, so we close with blue. So again, this zone really quickly. I gotta go fast here. Okay, so it just opened. This is new 8:30 now. Okay, will it come back down for, sometimes we're waiting for a patient pullback and sometimes the trade keeps going away from us. So there's 50% of that blue candle. Will it come down? Will it give me a retest here? Will it come back down to the green box? Okay, so now it's coming back down. Will it in fact hit 50% that black line or just a little bit above it? Okay, so it's right there. It's coming down, coming down. Will it hit it? Will we get a wick right there? Okay, so now it hit it. Okay, so there was no wick, so it's going maybe to retest the green box down in here. Okay, will it retest the green box? Oh, I wanted a pending order in there. But now I get a second opportunity. Okay, I missed the first one. That was just 2 times it bounced up there. Will it come down maybe a third time? Okay, I'm counting all of there. There's a third time. Okay, so it's still a bearish engulfing candle. This is the 4th time. Okay, I'm counting how many times it comes in there and how many times it catches a wick. Okay, it's still going, trying to go up, but the selling pressure is still coming down. This is the 5th time it's hitting that green box now. Okay. If it goes back above that black line, I'm going to buy if it goes back. This is the 6th time it's holding in there. Okay, if it comes back up right by that black line, 7th time, okay, right there, I'm going to buy now. Okay, so I bought. I'm in a buy on gold. Now, got to place my stop loss. So I can go below kind of this green zone, that minor green zone. I could bring my stop all the way down in that green zone. I'm just going to go with this one for now. And then my TP, what I'm looking for is, I'd like to see if we can break out of this red box and go up to the next red box. I'd like to see, and then if it goes up there, I'll judge what I'm doing if it goes up there. I might go to a break even, might start to scale out if the trade in fact builds to go up there. But I'm in a buy right now. Did you see how I counted 7 times how it hit there, and then I just bought when it broke above that black line? Okay, so I'm in the trade now. Now got to watch this thing. Yes, it could go all the way back into drawdown down in here. I understand that, but that's why I'm giving it room to breathe. If it comes back, maybe back down to that green zone, maybe to the bigger one, my stop is a little tight right below it. I could be below that one to protect myself, but I feel like I still got some protection. I still got some depth of market. Okay, so, and then I'm also, whether I'm in a buy or sell or I'm not in a trade, I still focus on how the candle is moving. I got a minute 47. I got a higher low off the green box. I got it punched out for a new higher high on this leg up, starting from here. I know it's still lower high from the original moves, but we are creating a little bit of something here, okay? And then the ruler, okay? So if it can get up to that red box, that's 25 pips. If it can break halfway up there, it could be 38.40. And then if it gets all the way up there, we're talking about 50 pips, okay? Okay, 60 seconds to go. The volume is right back again, trading at that 50% level, that black line where I entered. Okay, and then I want to judge how the volume will close. Will this turn into a bullish pin bar with the last 40 seconds? Will it turn into a hammer candle and close near the high with 30 seconds to go? Or will the selling pressure continue to come back down? Okay, so we got some blue now. Did you see how the candle flipped blue for the first time? Okay, kind of, it was black majority. Now it flipped blue. Where will it close now? Here's the close in 10 seconds. Will the volume close above that previous bar? Will it close like right at it? Okay, so we closed with some bearish volume. We opened ignited blue. Okay, so let's pay attention to that. Remember, so the candle did open very strong, ignited. But remember the size of the wick. I always tell you the size of the wick matters. That's a pretty big wick, but can we fill it and break for a new high, or will it get rejected at an equal high or lower high? So right there, that's a lower high. Okay, I know it sucks, but can we continue to fill this candle and come pop and break it? Okay, again, look at it. Like I'm telling you, they applied the resistance right there. Okay, so can we continue? But did you see how that candle opened? Very ignited, strong, and then it was filling. Okay, so we're coming right back up to it, testing it. Now can we potentially break it? See again how we came right up there and then they pushed it down. So showing that there is resistance there, but we still have the ignited bullish open. So, but we don't want to lose this bullish volume, because if they flip the candle, like we lose this, then it's going to come back down trading to here. Okay, so now it's an inverted hammer candle. We still are holding the ignited bottom. There still is some volume left in it. Now they might exhaust all of our volume, but you see how when it comes down there, it went back up and then they're pushing it back down. It's going back up, it's filling. they're bringing it back down. Does it go back up? So every time it goes down and fills up, goes down and fills up, it's like sometimes when you're drinking a coffee. You drink it, you pour more. You drink it, you pour more. You drink it, you pour more. But eventually, sometimes there's just too much selling pressure that will come down and then push it down. So look, we're still holding the ignited open. We've been 2 minutes now live in this bar. We have 3 minutes left, and the buyers are still holding their opening position. We're just struggling at that resistance right there. Those kind of like equal highs. Okay, so now we lost our open. So you see how it has a wick on it now. We no longer have our bullish ignited open, because when it dropped, it created a low within our own candle. So we kind of lost that important ignited open. Okay, so those original buyers that bought held it for 2 minutes, and then we lost it. So now the selling pressure, this is a shooting star candle that's pushing down to where I entered the trade. So now what I got to look for is, will the buyers form a higher low right here, or will it come into like where there's this fair value zone right in here, this gap in the market? Will they come in here? Hopefully maybe this one will hold. Will it bounce back up, close with some blue volume inside here, maybe start the next leg? But did you guys learn from like, see equal highs, how important they are, how that's it, they stop the momentum, and then how that bullish ignited bar held for 2 more minutes, how it held for 2 minutes. Had it held for another minute, it could have possibly built some more volume to break out of those equal highs and continue to drive. But we just didn't have it in this body. Okay. Okay, so now 45 seconds to go. So I remember I played back in my head how it opened. It was a bullish ignited candle. It opened, it held for 2 minutes. It tried multiple times to break that high, failed. Then they're pushing it back down. We made a low on the candle, and here's going to be the close in the last 30 seconds. So will it close where I entered? Again, about 50% of this blue candle. Will we get another blue candle come up, or are the sellers going to break this and start to trade down into this zone? But maybe we're making some structure down here. Maybe we're building a higher low. What I've identified is where the neckline is now. Okay, so I can see this leg came down, came back up. So our neckline is kind of consolidating here. So it could try and push out of here, but it could definitely come back down and retest this. I'd like to see if the buyers are in here and then bring it back up to attempt to break out of here and then drive up here. Okay, so still giving it room to breathe if it needs to come back down and collect some pending orders down here. And I know for some of you guys, it might look like a small move, but like to there, it's 17.5 pips. I know we were looking for much more, but I'm still letting the play develop. Okay, so we're kind of consolidating right over here. It could come down to pick up some more buyers. I'd like to see if it would just hold here, this 2908 area, if this can hold. We've got a wick, another wick. Can I just get some blue volume trading back inside here? Okay, and it's 8:40, so let's just take a look if Trump is coming soon, because who knows if he comes out.
That were widely parodied because of how she decided to modulate her voice.
Because as soon as Trump comes out, you never know what could happen. Like gold could go like this, or gold could go like this. Okay? So that I cannot control. That I cannot control. The only thing I can control is my risk. That's how much I'm willing to risk on that. Okay, so also look at our structure. Okay, so I like to look at this minor green box. It came down, back up, came down, back up, came down, still holding the green box. We've got now 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So this is now the second half of the candle now. Can we get maybe a nice positive blue candle closing above here? Again, it came up lower high. They're pushing it back down. We got this spin top. So there is a lot of still selling pressure in the market, pushing the move down. We do have some buyers interested in this area. The question is, will it continue to hold? If it doesn't hold, if this breaks, then I really got to see this bigger green zone right in here. And my stop loss is just right below it. If this one can't hold, giving this one to pick up a big wick. If it can't, I don't want to be part of a big sell coming back down and continuing to push down. So that's my maximum risk in this trade. And I want to continue to see if it will build here. And make sure you guys have some popcorn ready for the President Trump speak. That guy doesn't speak with a teleprompter. He kind of just says whatever is on his mind, with no consideration of anybody, just unfiltered, uncensored. Some people love him, some people hate him, some people don't care. They just listen to him for entertainment. I listen to him for the markets. I listen to him I listen if he's going to say anything. Like, remember that night he said the U.S. Federal Crypto Reserve, boom, it went from 85,000 to 95,000 within a couple hours. And then the following day it dumped right back down. So it was kind of like a little pump and dump, if you want to say it like that. Okay, so we're getting our close now. I also look at the time, as should you guys. It's 8:44, so it's going to be 8:45. So we're getting a new 15-minute candle as well, opening in the next 10 seconds. We do have our blue volume. It came back. Can we engulf this candle? Can we close near these bodies? So look at the structures. That's a nice, good answer coming out. So this demand area, this little support area, this green box right here, held. We got 3 wicks holding. That's a nice blue body candle. If I'm looking at 50% of it, okay, right there, I'm just eyeballing where I think half of it is. 2,900.0975. It's coming down now. Will we pick up a wick at this line right now, or just below it? Like, remember what I say, a little bit above or a little bit below the physical line. Sometimes it won't touch exactly the line, but it might be a little bit above it, a little bit below it, kind of like that zone, what I was kind of talking about. Okay, so shows me a wick a little bit below it. Beautiful. We got a good answer. Now can we flip this candle and look at the size of the wick on our previous candle? Very short wick. So if we can pop this, we can definitely take out this wick, but then we just got to fill these 2 tweezer top highs. And then we got clearance to drive up to the red zone. Okay, but you see how we came right up there and they didn't even allow us to break this little high right here. Okay, so the selling pressure now is stepping right back in. Again, it came down there. The buyers pushed it right back up. And then the selling pressure coming back down. So this is that thing again. How many times will it hold here? Are you counting in your head? Counted basically 3 times. Will this be the 4th time it will go up? Okay, so that's the 4th time. It's like you can see the buyers are pushing up that selling pressure. But they're pushing it up. They're pushing it up. Can we flip this candle and turn it blue? And as soon as we turn it blue, it'll be a hammer candle, a technical hammer, because we'll be right at the high. So you see this black part? That's still that selling pressure that's still in here. So all we got to do is get some gold buyers to ask to trade up here. This is the situation we want. Like, it doesn't get any better than this, in my opinion. Oh shit, I don't want to move that. Go back, go back. Okay. And then you can kind of see where the resistance is. Like if I was drawing a red zone, it's right there. You can tell just from those bars. That's where that resistance is, right there. This is where we just got to break and we fill those wicks. And then we could potentially drive up to here. But you see how they're holding it down. They're still holding it down. Tough stuff. It's tough stuff. But you kind of got to trust your structure. You got to continue to follow. It came down again. They're pushing it back up. So it's not to say that the buyers are not there. They're there, but there's just more selling pressure in the market currently. Okay, so now I look at the time. 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. 12 more minutes till 9 p.m. Donald Trump is supposed to come out at 9 p.m. Will he come out exactly at 9? 5 minutes later? Before? After? Who knows? This is where I'm thinking in my head. Do I want to still be in this trade prior to Trump coming out? All of these things are going through my head. But still, we got lots of time, 12 minutes. Still got to figure out where this candle wants to close. And then I also see, unfortunately, I see like an M top too. Okay, so where it came up, back down, there's the bullish neckline. It came back up, and then now they could be pushing it down. So if it kind of pushes down here, then unfortunately, it's going to sell back down. Okay, so this is where it's consolidating. Now all the volume is stuck in here. Blue, black, blue, black. If I was going to trap this area, I'm trapped in a buy in this area, in this box right now. Okay, so did you see how many times the buyers pushed it up but could not flip the candle? So that bearish volume now is taking over, absorbed all those buyers, and again they're trying to break the low, but look in the past 4 bars. Every time it comes down, goes back up. Comes down, goes back up. Comes down, goes back up. It came down. Now will we continue to go back up with 10 seconds to go? Or it's going to close bearish below here. Next bar could potentially gap down and continue driving down. Okay, so will it continue to hold this green zone? So there's the resistance on the 5 minutes. Okay, so it closed below. We open green, blue, flip up, and then coming down. So what I like to see is this green zone to continue to hold. It held there, held there, held there. Will it hold one more time? EMAs, yeah, sorry, I didn't add the EMA. The 9 EMA, we're below the 9 EMA. It's this green line. I'll change the colors on another chart, but we're below the 9 EMA. So this is resistance going forward. If I'm going to continue to trade tonight, right here, now I mark this, 29.10. 29.10 and 50 cents. Okay, so again, what type of response did we get by the buyers? Were they in the green box again? Yes, they were. So the volume came right in there again, spiked back up. Now we got that blue volume coming back up. Is this the attempt that we can get to break this now? Or will sellers continue pushing this thing down? That's why sometimes you got to trust your structure. As long as you can identify good structure, then let the volume accumulate in that structure. Can we get a blue bar breaking through here and physically close above here? Not just break out and go back down, break out and go back down. Can we get a blue bar that closes above here and then maybe leading into 9 p.m.? Who knows? Maybe gold might go bullish until Trump comes out. I don't know. It all depends where this bar closes. Sellers might, in fact, continue pushing it down. It's hard to say, guys. This is barcoding at its finest. Blue, black, blue, black, blue. Okay, we're just like a ping pong in this really, really tight zone. Just want to make sure. Maybe if you guys are watching, let me know if Trump is coming out.
That tells you something
all
about
getting
some
ready
of the possible risks.
For Mr. Trumpy. Okay, but this is good analysis, guys, for us to learn. What is barcoding? Okay, so you see that the market is it's accumulating with buyers and sellers currently. So we know that it's not just going to continue to trade in here. We know as soon as Trump comes out, it's going to be volatile. So will it do a move like this? That's what I would love if it did something like that, but I'm not naive to understand that it can do something like this as well. Okay, so, and then this is another thing, guys. While you're in a trade and you're anticipating some big news or anything, you can close the trade prior to going into the news if you like. Like if you're in a trade going in FOMC or NFP or CPI or red folders or whatever have you, you don't need to leave trades open. Okay, if you feel happy right now to grab like some pips and just get out or decrease your size or bring your stop loss break even, you're welcome to do whatever you want. You don't always have to listen to me. Okay, so now we got 90 seconds to go. We're right back at this red box. And you guys are watching it with me. Like you can see how tough this resistance is. Look at it. Like it came up and then they just slammed it back down. It's very, very, very tough here. They've placed like a wall up here. You can clearly see it. There's a red wall up there. So it's not a good sign every time when we got nice, good volume coming up there, strong volume, and then they reject it back down. Okay, it's just showing that this zone is strong. But we also are getting good rejections in our green zone down here too. Okay, we haven't really lost our support. But leading 5 minutes into 9 p.m. when Donald Trump is supposed to come out and address the nation, it could get volatile right before he comes out. Like gold could definitely, hunt for stop losses, right? There's stops above here. Sellers who are selling have their stop losses up here, and buyers like myself who are buying have stop losses below here. The market knows where the liquidity is and can definitely come and grab the liquidity as it pleases. I'm hoping that it will grab the seller's stop losses. That's what I hope, but probably not going to happen. We'll see. Roger, if you were trading on your own, would you trade this 20 pip range? Yeah, definitely. If I was on the 1 minutes, oh yeah, I'm a different trader on the 1 minutes. Definitely. Like a bar like that, and then just getting your 15, 20 pips in and out. Because you see how now fast the 1 minute, like there was multiple situations. Could have bought that candle right there. Again, but I'm measuring these zones like on the 1 minutes. I know that's 10, 15, 13, 12 pips in and out. Sometimes I'm giving it more room to breathe now on the fives. But 1 minutes, yeah, it's more bang, bang, bang trading. Okay, guys, I'm going to stay till 9:05. 9:05. Regardless of what happens, I'm still in this trade. I might get stopped out or I might go back into profit. But I really want to watch the Donald Trump with some popcorn and see what he's going to say. unless he can come out during our call here. We can watch maybe it together a little bit. I don't have the volume on anymore. Okay, so now they're coming now to take out this green zone. It held one time, two times, three times, four times, almost five times it held. But now they are pushing it down. You think he's coming out shortly? 1 second. It's not playing the volume now. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's not out yet. Come on, Donnie. Oh, I keep moving this thing. Okay, so 2 more minutes to go. And regardless if Donald Trump was speaking or not, 9 p.m. is a critical hour in the markets as well. So just that hour alone brings in momentum, brings in volatility. Now you tack on Donald Trump as addressing the nation. So volatility is going to increase. Okay, so where this body will close, when it closes, if it closes below here, I unfortunately have to make this green box back to red. Could be trading below it. This is the final zone. I'd like to see buyers step in here, and my stop is just right below it, okay? So just so you guys know. But I know with Donald Trump, this could just cut right through here. I think he's coming out shortly. Yeah. So they're going to come after liquidity right now before he comes out. But I don't want to prevent a further loss, so that's my final stop right there. So the trade is currently in drawdown with 25 seconds to go. This is sometimes I hate. I'm giving it room to breathe, but just before the news, they'll come stop you out and then maybe reverse the move back up. Yeah, it's frustrating. It happens. It's happened to me a million times. I won't lie to you guys. But that doesn't give me the right to just revenge trade or get pissed off or things like that. So I know that things like this happen. We know how the markets operate. They're looking for that liquidity prior to news. Okay, so there was a wick here. It is black candle. It could just drop. It could reverse. That green box to red, I got to change that. It is 9 p.m. right now. Okay, so can we get a wick at the bottom of the green box? Maybe flip this candle coming back. Okay, so that was the original wick. That's it. Right away, just got a wick. But the body, this is a hanging man candle. So remember, it opened bearish. It's still retaining that bearish volume. It did come down. Buyers, again, are pushing it up. But that head of that candle, it originally opened with a lot of selling pressure. So those sellers could still be protecting the opening price of this bar unless the buyers can flip it up and turn it blue. Then that momentum could switch. See how they came up and then back down with black. Let me know if you guys see Trump coming out. If not, we'll end this call at 9:05 so that everyone can go and watch it. Or when I'm stopped out of this trade, then that's it. So I'm hanging on by a thread here. You prefer the chart with the black round? Yeah, we're just going to switch it up now. From time to time, I can go back to black, but right now we'll keep it like this. Okay, so it's very, very, very close to my stop loss. I can't believe it's still hanging on, to tell you the truth. Like, these wicks are teasing. They tease you. They come down, they go back up, and then they just keep coming down. You know, like, so it can tell you how many buyers are getting absorbed here. Lots of buyers are getting absorbed. Okay, have we flipped this candle blue? Not yet. It's been almost running for 3 minutes now. We still haven't flipped. There's the first flip. Okay, so it just flipped. Change of momentum. Took 3 minutes to change the momentum in this bar. Okay, so did you see where I placed my stop loss? This was more of a minor green zone. It held for almost 5 bars for almost 30 minutes. It held, but then right before the hour, 9 p.m., they came down to grab last bit of liquidity down here. I had this bigger green box formed from this big candle right here, and kind of from that wick to where 50% was, and stretched it across. And then I just placed my stop loss below the bigger zone. Okay. So I'm still live. Maybe we can build something off of this block. Maybe this blue volume could potentially close above this red zone, and then maybe it could start that next leg up. Who knows? We'll wait for that bar to close in the next 1 minute. Let's see what Trump is doing. Anything? Okay. Is this Melania? Can you guys hear? Clapping? If I leave it on like that, and I go back to the chart, can you guys hear? Yeah? Okay. we got clapping for when we're in drawdown. They're applauding me for being in drawdown. Oh man. President's cabinet. Okay. Now you can watch how gold will react to Trump. Okay. This is as live as it gets. Okay. I'm also paying attention to the candle, not just Trump and Melania. Okay. 5 seconds to go. Where's this body closing? Okay, right back there to this zone. So that red to green, I flip. This minor zone is back to green again. Okay, so I held in that drawdown, but the bigger green box, you can see, guys. If you can also learn for pending orders. Maybe there was that deep pullback down into here. Maybe that's where was the proper area to buy. So, but that took a while to develop. You know what I mean? But still, if we had an alert in there, could have been a potential buy. So learn about also pullbacks, deeper zones, the deeper zones. So now we're trading here. Can we go back up into through here and potentially break this huge resistance at 29.1050? If we can break this, we could potentially really move back up here and fully retrace this move from the futures market open from 8 p.m. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Donnie. Big Don is not out yet. Maybe we get that Donnie Trump pump. Who knows? Okay, so kind of right back to where I entered. So just recapping the trade. Was in profit, drawdown, back right into a little bit of profit. This is where like a trade is break even in my opinion. If you don't like the setup now, and I'm not just saying the setup, I'm just saying in general, if you feel like you've had enough of a trade and you don't want to continue with it, you're welcome to close a trade throughout the day. You've experienced some profit, you've experienced some drawdown, you're right back in it. Maybe you've been sitting at the computer for an hour, 2 hours, you're getting restless. There's nothing wrong with, you know, now bringing up stop loss so you don't want to go encounter drawdown again. You can, but I held that deep drawdown. Now I want to get paid. Okay, I'm sorry for saying it like that, but I want to get paid now. I held in that deep drawdown. Now I want to see this shit break. But this is me with my ego, and watch the market now. The market might humble me by bringing me right back down. But I held in that drawdown. Now kind of want to be rewarded to break this area and drive at least up to here. At least up to this red box. But just watch, guys, how this zone may in fact continue to hold. It's disgusting when you watch this shit on a daily basis. Believe me. And now we got 2 more minutes to go. We're driving, but remember, can we fill these wicks and pop out of here? Or is this just going to be a little impulse? We're peeking our head and then they're going to slam it back down. Can we officially close with some blue volume above here? What I would like with this volume is to just break these highs right now. I don't want to wait for another candle. I want to break right now with this volume. And what's going on with Donnie? Okay, everyone's just shaking hands. I think they're just getting ready for him to come out. 90 seconds to go. So you see the emotional roller coaster. You can go in profit, you're in drawdown, you're back in profit. I got to continue to analyze the trade, the volume, okay? If this thing can close above here, I'm definitely looking where's 50% of this blue volume, because any pullbacks, I want to see if it will retain that and continue to drive. Kim, very weak order book above. Hopefully a good sign. You will see. Kim, let me know if they're pulling some offers from above. More so at this zone, Kim. Maybe this one will potentially break, but this zone above here, if you see like a block above there, I know it might be different on your charts with the futures, but I'm looking at here at 29.12. Okay, so we got 30 seconds. We'll pay attention right into the close. Donald Trump is not out yet. Is that JD Vance? Okay, so JD Vance is there. Just waiting on Donnie. And look at, guys, where it will close. Like, as soon as Don comes out. Like, we'll see. Hopefully Donnie gives us a good pump, and then we can go eat some popcorn and have a laugh. Watch the close. Will we get a first blue bar closing above this red box? I love zooming in. Okay, so we did close above. So I'm flipping real quick. Red to blue, green. Look at the size of the wick, short wick. Look at our candle. It opened, ignited. We popped. We drove right up to those previous high resistance. It did technically just make a tiny bit of a high and then get rejected back down. So first line that it is looking for support or retesting was our red zone, and this is the first retest. Okay, will we get a wick right here? Will it hold? If not, I'm looking at 50% of this blue candle. It opened and it closed right there. It looks like that black line that I originally had on here is representing about 50% of that. So what I do is then just maybe a little box a little bit above, a little bit below. So again, if it's coming down black, I'd like to see, will it hold at the top of the green, in the middle, or at the bottom? And continue maybe with buyers to push it back up. Create a higher low. If we lose this, then it will come back down and trade down into here. But we got to look for higher lows being created. Okay, so now it's attempting to come into the green box. Pay attention to how many times it wicked out of there. Came down, back up. Came down, back up. Now we're doing the same thing we were doing earlier. The black volume is still there. The buyers got to push and start asking to trade up here. Yeah, if they can't, sellers will continue to come in and push this thing down. The more retests we get here, and it keeps coming up, then we know that the buyers are still adding to the depth of market, still bidding on it. And then we just got to start to get some offers pulled above us and maybe start to just drive into this next red supply zone, and maybe break out of there. Okay, so the first retest is holding in that 50%. You guys can see it. Now we just got to start to flip this bearish volume and start to fill the wick and drive a little bit higher. It would be nice too if we can just come back up here and close with more blue volume, like above this green box. Then maybe we're creating a bullish flag up here, and we could continue to consolidate and maybe continue to drive up. Okay, there, we flipped the candle now. Okay, so we got a bullish pin bar, maybe a hammer candle with 2 minutes remaining in the candle. Okay, so it came up and then again they push it down. So this is the world of price action. This is the world of price action. If this is new to you, you know, as you start doing this on a daily basis, on the lower time frames, you're going to learn this just like me. You're going to watch this and see, oh, I just saw a candle retest 5 times. I seen it get rejected 5 times at resistance. I see how it's consolidating. I see now the buyers are coming back in. They might potentially have enough now volume to break these highs and continue to drive. Sellers might push it back down, and then you got to go through all of this, if you like, bar by bar. This is how I trade. I go through the analysis bar by bar, candlestick by candlestick. Some trades go into profit, some trades in drawdown, some are break evens. Some trades I take go directly right into profit and I pip and dip. Some trades I take, oh, I hear something. Okay, is Donnie coming out?
Mr. Speaker, the
Mr. Speaker.
President of the United States.
Let's see if Donald Trump creates a hammer candle and then the next one is bullish ignited and flies out of here. that would be a statement candle. Or if Donald Trump comes out and the market dumps, you guys know it was Donald Trump. It wasn't me. Blame it on him. Don't blame it on me. Blame it on him. We got a hammer candle breaking out with 30 seconds to go. Interesting. We need popcorn for this trade. Never mind Donald Trump. Guys, hit the likes on YouTube if you're having fun with us. We're making Tokyo exciting again. We're making the Asian session great again. Okay, closing. Oh, it's not technical hammer, okay? This is where a lot of traders get this wrong. There is a tiny wick on it, so it is a pin bar. Technically speaking. So, look at how manipulated this candle is. It just opened and couldn't even take out 2 pips to create a new high. They're bringing it down. So what I always do is, number one, I look at 50% of the blue candle. Oh, shit, I don't want to move that. Why does that always move? I want to move this black line to 50% of that blue candle. Okay, so it came down, tested the opening price just a little bit of a higher low. Do you think we can flip this as soon as Donald Trump comes out? Maybe we drive? Guys, what do you think? Should we go to a break even? Should I go to a break even right now? What do you guys think? I'm in a little bit of profit, okay? Not much, maybe to some people's standards, but it's up about approximately, let's say in here, 15 to 20 pips. Should I reduce my risk right now, leading into like big news leading into Donald Trump coming out. It could be a major candle that just comes down, or it could be a green candle that just pumps out of here, or just some consolidation with some range. I just want to ask you guys, when do you think is a good time for me to reduce my risk in this trade, or just continue holding it? I don't mind continue holding it, but I want to know what you guys would do in this situation. Scale out, Louise. On a hammer that's about to punch out that supply zone. No, I'm just playing. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Okay, we've got Donald in sight. What color tie? Purple. Damn. Okay, but on a serious note, Sergio, be at 30 pips and take partial. Okay, we got... Okay, so you know when we're going like from zone to zone, you remember this purple line. That purple line right here was our low of the day today. And that was that big drop at 8 p.m. when the futures market opened up at 8:10, dropped. And we've retraced all the way back up to the previous day, today's low price. So can we get volume above here again? If we can break out of here, I'm going to grab my stop loss and go to break even. Okay, if we're moving through here like approximately 30 pips or more, I'll be taking my stop loss and going to break even. Okay, trading with confidence, move, stop now. So this is for you guys too. Maybe if you guys have your stop loss, maybe if you guys want, reduce your risk, okay? I want you guys to get in the habit of doing this while we're in profit. Tammy, you guessed purple tie? Oh man, you should have took that bet on that. I think the more they clap, the more bullish the candle gets. Okay, I'm going to break even. I hear some clapping. They're clapping for us. I didn't know that. Awesome. They're clapping for us. This is perfect. Holy Donald Trump. Okay, so we're closing in 90 seconds. If you'd like to scale out some profit, guys. Okay, this was an interesting call. We can buy some popcorn with this money we made. They're still clapping for us. Holy. Okay, I'm scaling out 80% up there. It hit my target. I'm grabbing 80% up there. It went right up to my yellow line, red box. I don't care. Woulda, shoulda, couldas. That's 50 pips closed with 80%, and I got 20% running at break even. Awesome, guys. Okay. Yes, we went in a little bit of drawdown, but you understand, like I want you guys to maybe go back and look at why I put that bigger green box here. I said this was the minor one. This was the bigger one. Okay, so Trump is talking, guys. I say we had a fantastic call. Amazing. If we got runners running, don't be scared to take out 50 pips out of the market up there. Yes, it could continue to break bullish and drive through here. Absolutely. But it could also, if Trump says something silly, it could come all the way right back down. This candle's closing in 8 seconds. This red zone, make it green. Okay, and just continue. See how our depth of market built? It built, it built, it built, and building. 50% of this big blue bar, figure out where 50% is, where half of it is right there. If we're still holding 29.12 and 75 cents, if it pulls back, we could continue to drive. But guys, I had a fantastic call. Mohammed, you closed 40 pips. My man, shukran habibi. Get the Masari. I love it. Guys, I had fun. I'm having a blast in these Tokyo sessions. Tomorrow, we're going to have a webinar. We'll get the webinar done quickly. Maybe we'll watch the markets at 8 p.m. again. And Thursday, we'll do some 1-minute scalping. I had a blast, guys, but let's all go enjoy Mr. Donald Trump right now. And Oscar, 310 bucks and running. Congrats, my man. That's huge, brother. That's huge. Guys, amazing. Sergio, congrats. But let's all go enjoy some good entertainment with Donald Trump right now. I appreciate all of you guys joining. Kindly leave a like if you enjoyed today's call and you learned something new. Leave us a like and subscribe to the channel if you really want to take your trading to the next level with all of us at Stock Sniper Trading. It's an unbelievable community that's filled with a lot of knowledge from all of our traders here. So guys, have a good night. God bless everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Have a great night, everyone. Thank you. This was awesome.
Recording stopped.
Been seen in many decades.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Number Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.